Roll. Oh, my hair looks crazy. Doing my hair in my class. Waiting for my students. Like 5 minutes. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. And Ali, is it Ali or Ali?
It's both the same. Hello.
That's not the same. Ali or Ali?
Yeah, it could be either Ali and another Ali.
Oh, okay.
But I think that it's the most popular Ali.
Ali. Okay. And how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Where are you?
I'm
in the world?
from Egypt.
From Egypt?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How's the weather today?
Yeah, it's like nowadays I think that there's very cold. I don't know why, because before these days we have got hot weather. Yeah, and realize that the summer has finished, but it seems like it's very cold now. The weather changed. Absolutely, I don't know why, but.
What is cold to you? What's the temperature?
Yeah, I think that 8 degrees.
8? That is cold.
8 or 10.
In Celsius?
What?
In Celsius, right? I'm the American. I do Fahrenheit, but in Celsius.
Yeah,
Good. Good. All right. Well, let's start. I have a really fun class today. I took like 2 hours making this class because I love it.
Okay.
This class is about my favorite author. His name is David Sedaris. Very popular, I want to say, in the English world in general, because he's very funny. And the idea of this class is to talk about the short story we'll read and see how it relates to our life and learn some pretty modern expressions that he uses. Okay?
Yeah, okay. Great.
Okay. Great. And Anatoly, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Anything new?
Nothing special.
All right. I want to warn everybody that this class has bad words in it. He said, also, two things. The class has bad words in it because he has a couple profane words in his short story. So just to make sure you're okay with that, and if you're not okay with that, I'm fine with that. And number two, my hair is crazy because I have to go to the gym after this class. So my hair is crazy. So forgive my hair just today. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, we have a new student. Hello.
Hello.
Is this Cesar?
Yes, I am.
How are you?
I'm fine. You?
Good. Where are you?
I am in the house.
In what country?
I am in Lima, Peru.
Ah, in Peru. Very cool.
Huh?
All right, we're about to start the class, but Cesar, can you tell me a little bit about yourself so you can meet our other students, Anatoly, who is in Russia, and Ali, who is in Egypt?
Yes. Well, I'm Cesar. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Lima, Peru. I love chicken and also playing video games.
You love chicken and video games? Is that what you
Yeah, that's a good combination, I think. And apart from that, well, I'm currently studying at university. This is my last semester. I want to become a successful engineer. And well, that's it. So nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. Okay. Does anybody here know who David Sedaris is?
No.
And can everybody see my screen? That's the first question.
I can.
You can see my Google Doc, my Google presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll try to do this as cleanly as possible. If another student joins, I need somebody to tell me because I'm looking at the presentation and sometimes I can't see. Okay?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Okay, so let's start because I'm going to make this big. Okay. And Cesar, I need to warn you, this class has profanity, it has bad words in it. So if you're not cool with that, you can leave.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I'm serious. Are you serious?
Okay.
Alright.
I will survive. I'm pretty sure about that. So go ahead.
Okay, good. Is everybody okay with that? I want to hear I.
It's okay for me.
Okay. And you, Ali?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to offend anybody. Okay. So fables. Let's start with you, Ali. What are they? Do you know what they are?
What?
Fables.
Fable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
know
like
what?
imagining. Yeah, it's like imagining things or like something is not real.
Good.
Yeah,
So
it's accepted by. It's like when are a child, there are something bad happen to you if didn't take your food or something like that.
All right, it could be like that, but it also could be a story. Does anybody know Aesop's fables? Nobody?
What did anybody what?
Aesop's fables.
Did anybody?
I heard it is a Greece philosopher, I think.
Do you know any of his fables or his stories?
I don't remember just now.
Do you know why he made these stories?
No.
So he made. How about you, Cesar? Do you know these fables?
What is the meaning of fable, you said?
Ah, there we go. So it's a story, and it's called a fable because it has a message or a moral.
Uh-huh. So, if I have read them before, that's what you asked?
Yes. Do you know any fables?
Yes, I think that I'm not sure if this is a fable, you know, about this, the rabbit and the turtle.
Exactly. Yes, that is a fable.
Ding, 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 1 point for me.
Good.
So, okay. That's right, a fable. That's a fable.
That's a fable. And what is
Okay.
does everybody know the story of the rabbit and the tortoise?
I don't remember, maybe.
No, I haven't heard actually.
All right. So you, Cesar, can you give a small summary of that story?
Okay, I'll try to do so. Well, yeah, it all started many years ago. Well, I'm not sure if it started like that, but anyway, it was about a turtle who challenged. No. It was a rabbit who challenged a turtle to run a race, because the rabbit wanted to prove that it was much better than the turtle. He wanted to prove the rabbit wanted to prove that he was the best. The thing is that they started running, and obviously, as the rabbit was faster, as the rabbit was faster, the rabbit decided to rest, to sleep in a part of the race, and without realizing it, the rabbit slept longer than it wanted, and while it was sleeping, the turtle passed the rabbit, and in the end, I think that the turtle gets reach the finish line, and he wins. And when the rabbit wakes up, he felt very bad, and I don't know how it ends, but that's the story. So that in the end, the rabbit, he felt badly because the turtle was much better than him, because the badly was overconfident. I think that's the word. I'm not sure if it's the word.
Good. So what is the message or the moral of that story?
Don't be overconfident.
Don't be arrogant and take it slow. If you take something slow, you could probably do better and win, right?
Yes.
Good. Could everybody hear, I'm sorry, Anatoly and Ali, could you hear that story okay?
Yes.
All right, so
There's a lot of breakup in your voice, but I have heard, now I have read that story. I want to talk about rabbit and turtle, and the rabbit is very fast, but the turtles are very slow. But finally, or eventually, or ultimately, the turtle get wins of the race, because rabbit is going is is have a one, or very fast, and but he take a nap, and then finally you can I got it, the message of that.
Good. Okay. So this is our author today, and I just wanted to show you a picture because somebody here has a quote about him that says, Sedaris belongs on any list of people writing in English at the moment who are revising idea about what's funny. So he has kind of a twisted sense of humor that I think is very funny. Maybe you guys won't, but it should be interesting anyway. So I asked you about fables because there is a fable about a crow and a sheep. Sorry, the train's going to pass every now and again. Anatoly, do you know what a crow and a sheep are, what animals they are?
Yes, I know crow. I know sheep. Crow. I'm not sure.
All right, I'm going to show you guys a picture just so you can know. This is a crow, and this is a sheep.
Ah, okay.
And if it's a small sheep, it's called a lamb. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there is an original fable called The Crow and the Sheep, or The Sheep and the Crow. And this is the main moral of the story. Cesar, could you, actually no, because Cesar, you talked about the fable. How about Ali, could you read this?
Yeah, yes, sure. Yeah, sure. To think about the crow bothered as a sheep, who said a dog would not have stood for the abuse. The crow pointed out that he picked his target just for that reason.
Okay, this is kind of complicated, but can anybody look at this and describe what it means in simple words?
What is stood for the abuse?
Stood for is like support or put up with. So I'll tell you the whole story. Let me tell you the simple story. In this story, this is the ending of the story, but in the story, there is a crow and a sheep, and a crow sits on the back of the sheep and starts to pick and eat bugs on the sheep, and it bothers the sheep. And the crow says, yeah, but you're not going to do anything. And the sheep says, but you wouldn't do this to a dog because a dog would bite you. And the crow said, exactly, you won't bite me. And so the sheep puts up with or lets the crow sit on her back because she's too nice, right? She can't defend herself. So, what is the moral of that story? Or if I put it a different way, let me see. A crow bothers a sheep who said, you wouldn't do this to a dog. And the crow pointed out that he picked his targets exactly because of that reason.
But I think it's something missing not because I don't catch the whole idea of the story or something.
So think about this. In really simple terms, there's a crow on the back of a sheep. Okay?
Yeah.
The crow is bothering the sheep. The sheep doesn't want the crow to sit on his back, on her back.
Yeah.
So she says, why are you doing this to me? You wouldn't do this to a dog. And the crow says, exactly. So let me ask you a question, actually, Ali. Why does the crow pick the sheep to bother and not the dog?
Let me see. I think I don't know actually because yeah, he choose his place. I don't know, but something like the crew love to set up on ship. How is the reason? Is the reason? I don't know. Because,
Well, who's more dangerous?
sorry.
Who is more dangerous, the sheep or the dog?
I think the more dangerous is dog. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I catch it. Yeah, yeah. I catch
Ah,
it.
are you understanding? Are you understanding the moral
Yeah,
of the
yeah. I
story?
catch. Yeah, yeah.
Can you try to give the moral of the story in human terms?
You know, sure.
It's difficult. It is. It's difficult, but it's good practice.
Yeah, I think that maybe that if there's something you do it, you have to do it, but not bother any someone because you cannot. There's something that you can do it to be proceed or continue in that. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's the same example or not, but you. When you have to do a favor to do someone, you can take the favor, but don't bother him.
Okay, you're close. Not quite, but you're close. Does anybody else have an idea of what the moral of the crow and the sheep story is?
The crow prefers to sit on the back of animal who can't abuse her, who can't harm her, and there is the moral maybe could be that the crow know that it could be different for her to make a deal with a dangerous person.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Good. Is everybody kind of clear on that? That you have to be careful. It could be two morals. The moral could be careful of people that are stronger than you, that can pick on you, right? Or it could be you should deal with people. You shouldn't pick actions that are harmful towards you. You should pick actions that you cannot be harmed, like the crow. So there are different ways to look at this. Now, David Sedaris writes a modern version of this fable. This is why I wanted to review this a little bit. But first I want to ask some questions to think about. Does anybody here meditate?
It is a relaxing activity. Relax maybe similar to meditate.
Yeah. So you like to, does anybody else like to meditate? Or not?
After we became tired, maybe most of us tend to meditate.
I think that's true. Is meditation popular in any of the countries where you all are? So in Peru, in Russia, and in Egypt. Is meditation popular?
We don't go in general. I mean not about special exercises. In general, we don't call it meditate, but we could make a break, for example, to drink a cup of coffee, think about something pleasant during the stress situation. and maybe it is also meditation activity.
Okay. How about in Egypt? Do people like to meditate?
I don't think so because it's like meditation. It's like need to be a calm or
Right.
actually, yeah, living in Cairo, the capital of Egypt, is like more. There is no more calm or to be meditate. The life is very fast,
Right.
and you don't have time to be relax, or actually you don't be alone in every time because I think that meditate you have to be alone and think when you are alone. But actually, it can't happen.
Good. I think that's a good answer. How about in Peru? Is meditation popular?
Can you repeat? Is it if it's
Is it popular, meditation?
ah? Yes, I think so. Many people, when they want to feel more relaxed, they meditate. Well, they do yoga, I think. Or
Yeah.
also they
Okay,
do
good.
exercise.
Some people have a mantra. People sometimes they have a mantra during yoga or meditation. Very popular.
Yeah, it's popular. This is a good way, I think, to unstress, to distress. What's the word?
To de-stress.
Okay, to de-stress them.
Good.
To de-stress their minds. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Now a very bizarre question for all of you, because none of you are women. But how do women usually give birth where you're from? Do women usually go natural and try to do natural births, or do they go to the hospital and do it with drugs? Anybody can answer.
Yeah, I think in the past, all of the birth is going to be natural, but nowadays it's like something happened because I think that the birth is going to be late, and they're going to doctors and asking for what happened. Is something wrong or something bad that going to be late in the birth? But yeah, it's more and more getting to be taking drugs to accelerate this process to get a person or to be a pregnant.
Good. So right now in the United States, it's really popular to do natural births and not to go to the hospital, because there's a lot of money in the United States. That's what people use, a lot of money to have natural births. Seems crazy. And it is. Is there any trends of what people do with their placenta? Women do with their placenta?
Sorry, what's the meaning of placenta?
Yes. First of all, what is placenta?
It is a part of body which connect child and woman.
Good. So it's basically meat, like muscly meat. It's weird that usually we throw away. But there are trends of what people do with this placenta. I don't know whose dog that is, but I'm going to kill that dog.
Yeah, it's me.
I'm going to kill it. It's all right. What do women usually do with their placenta in your countries?
I have no idea. I think that most of the women give birth here in hospitals rather than home. But, well, that's because we live in the city, so I'm not sure in the highlands or in the jungle. But actually, I don't want to imagine what they do with it.
It's uncomfortable, but in the United States, it's a trend right now. It's a trend, a big trend, especially in California, Los Angeles. People eat their placenta. The women will eat the placenta. They will have a
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What did you say?
They will hire special chefs to cook it, and they'll eat it. Sometimes the husband will eat it, sometimes they won't. It's very strange, and it really freaks me out.
Sorry, but why? Why
They
you
eat.
did eat it?
Yeah, they eat it. They hire special chefs, and then the women will eat it.
Yeah, what gives them to eat it or to be eaten? What trend in that to be? What's the reason to be eaten?
Well, so the trend is that a lot of animals eat their own placenta, so it's like very animal. And the other thing is that the placenta has a lot of nutrients in it that helps the mother, supposedly, after they give birth. It has like essential vitamins and nutrients for the mother. And that's why it is. That's why it's popular. Okay, so let's read the story. That's kind of long, but I want to do a little bit of vocabulary. So this is what it's going to be. There are 6 words on this page, and then I have a little bit more. And these are the definitions. And what we will do is go one by one. So we'll go Ali, Anatoly, and then Cesar. And you can choose any words to try to guess.
Okay.
Okay? So Ali, take a minute. You can choose one, and then try to match it to its definition.
Yeah, I chose the easiest one. It's first one, junk. Maybe correct or not, but it's it's letter B, West or worthless stuff.
Good. Do you have a lot of junk in your house?
No, actually, because I something, it can kind of save something, maybe use it for the future, but something not used, I think that I donate it.
Good. Good. Okay, Anatoly, you take the second one. You can choose any vocabulary word.
It takes a village. Maybe a group effort is required.
Good. So how could you try to use this expression? What, in your opinion, takes a village?
We need lots of resources, lots of people for coping with the situation. We need a lot of something.
Good. Could you give me an example of a situation?
It takes a village to set up our own company in a very competition
Good.
place, country.
Good. Good. Good example. This expression originally comes from an African proverb that says, "It takes a village to raise a child." That's the original expression. We have now changed it to just "it takes a village to do lots of different things." We can say it takes a village to, I don't know, build a school. It takes a village to do whatever. But the original is "it takes a village to raise a child." All right. Cesar, can you do a third vocabulary word?
To put someone off. I think the meaning of that is to bother someone or to give someone a bad feeling.
Okay, can you give me an example of something or someone that puts you off?
Well, I do love to put my brother off all the time. I'm really good at doing that. Yes. And I like when he gets angry about that.
Good, good. Okay. Now you, Ali, can you choose another vocabulary word?
Yeah, the third one's crab. I think letter D, distant or not friendly.
It is not. It is a noun. So that would be for an adjective. What could be another word for crap?
It's like letter A, feces or pop.
Yes, it is. It is another way to say shit, but it's not as hard. It's like more like kids can say this word. So it means feces or poop. Okay. This word comes up in this story. All right, Anatoly, and you do the next one? Or any?
To cluster. To cluster. To group together, I think.
Good. Good. What do you cluster or what clusters together in your life or in your city?
Maybe some equipment for transportation system. We need to cluster it in definite district.
Good. Or traffic. So cars cluster, right? To make traffic.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one. Good. All right, last one. That's you, Cesar. Aloof.
Aloof. Okay, I think that this is the most difficult one, but I believe it's letter D.
Yes.
I like
Aloof.
this. Distant, not friendly.
This word is used a lot. Could you give me an example of someone you know who is aloof?
Yes. Well, not now, but when I was at school, I had a friend, a female friend, who was extremely aloof. Is that correct? Well,
Mm-hmm.
but he never liked talking to someone else, so she was like a kind of emo. Well, no, she became emo after school, but
Good.
while being at the school, she didn't like talking to someone. I didn't know why, but she was a nice girl.
Good. So a lot of times, many people are aloof. For example, in public transportation, if somebody like a crazy person is talking to you, you become aloof. Like you pretend you don't see them, and you're not very friendly, and you ignore them. So that's an example I think that we all relate to is when crazy people on the street try to talk to us. We have to be aloof. All right. I have more. I know there's a lot of vocabulary, but it's all really good vocabulary. So let's start it again. You, Ali, you start. Any word.
Yeah, the first one is that placenta that you have said is a meat after giving birth.
Yes, a very simple explanation, but yes. Placenta. Good. Go ahead. Let's continue.
Me or Amazon?
No, Anatoly.
Okay, I like the devil. Uh-huh. I'm not sure. Maybe superior. It is opposite literal meaning.
It is not superior. It is not literal meaning. I will give you a
Be
example.
noisy. Be noisy, maybe.
No, I'm going to give you an example. It will make sense if I give you an example because this is hard. So, for example, I can say, yesterday I fell and I hurt my knee, and now my knee hurts like the devil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. Maybe it, To a great degree, negative. Mm-hmm.
It's a negative statement. You only use it for negative things. So you can say it really about anything. It hurt like the devil. I cleaned. No. It tasted like the devil, meaning it tasted really bad. She screamed like the devil. So if you can use anything, that means a lot, but it's always negative. Can you try to think of an example we could use? It's difficult, so don't worry if you can't.
Yesterday in the class, we discussed about very difficult grammar, and the who used it made example like the devil. I'm not sure. Maybe it is not appropriate example. Maybe next one. What could be like a devil? We were trying to make a peace agreement, but my my partner didn't follow our agreement. He actioned like a devil.
You could say like he defended like the devil. It needs to be a verb. That works. He acted. I like that. That works. All right, let's go. Let's try to take a couple more minutes to get through these last two. So, Cesar, high and mighty.
Oh, that's superior.
Good. Do you know anybody who's high and mighty?
God.
Good. That works. We can also use it sarcastically. Like my friend, he thinks he's so high and mighty. So you can use it sarcastically. All right, Ali, I shudder to think.
Yeah, I shudder to think. It worries me to think.
Sorry, I got choppy.
Yeah, it worries me to think.
Good. It worries me to think. So we can use this in any situation where, like, oh, I don't even want to think about it. That's scary to think about. Can you think of an example where we could use this expression?
Yeah, shudder to think about. Yeah, it's when something and something as acceptable, but now everybody has to think about it, how to get it or how to change it. It's like something not changeable, but it could be changeable when you think about it. But when you told anyone, like I don't know, regardless or something, maybe in the past, and your grandpa told you, and every grandpa told his children, and now it's like I'm sure, everyone tell me that I'm sure to think about it.
Exactly.
You
So
don't,
it's something.
yeah, you don't sure to think about it.
Good. But you could, I mean, really, you could say, I shudder to think about if my child passed away, my child died. That's like, you can't even think about it because it's so negative to think about, right?
Yeah.
That it makes you feel bad. All right. Number 5, Anatoly, raise the roof.
I think it is A. Be noisy, complain loudly.
Okay, I know you have kids. Do they raise the roof when they need something, when they were little kids?
Yes, it happened.
Good. Now, filthy, Cesar.
That is dirty.
Good. That one's pretty easy. Next one, ram, Ali.
Yeah,
Number 7, ram.
yeah, ram is it could be dirty.
No, filthy is dirty.
Yeah, also dirty.
So we have
Yeah,
two left. We have number H and we have letter H and letter D left.
no, it smells cheap.
Good. And then
Yeah,
now,
letter
of
H.
course, ungrateful is not thankful. Before we read the story, does anybody have any questions about the vocabulary?
Nope.
I think like a devil we can use in a positive way also. For example, in my native language we have expression about brave fighters. They were fighting like devils.
You could do that, yeah. They fought like the devil. That could be it. That's true. You could say that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, let's read. I hope that it seems I scanned my book in. This is like a real book. So what we'll do is we'll start with Ali, and each page will just keep going. One person will read, and then everybody else will listen. Okay? So Ali, can you start?
Yeah, the crow and the lamb. The crow was out one morning looking for something to eat when she spotted a newborn lamb suckling in the field below. Sheep, she thought, what I wouldn't give for a life like that. The mother spit out a baby and then she just lies there doing nothing, while it feeds itself. No nest to build, no spending every rotten moment searching for food. And even then, it's never enough. On top of that, bird had to be homeschooled, not like a sheep or cow, who learn junk from one another. It takes a village. They like to say not that there was much to learn in the first place.
Okay. Go ahead, Anatoly.
Okay. You lower your head and foot goes in. Raise your tail and it comes out. The eaten part they had down, but the rest forget it. Crab smeared from one end to their bodies to the other. Where was the fucking village when it came to cleaning themselves? That's what the crow wanted to ask. Or they moaned about the insects, flies lighting on their faces all day. But newsflash, flies go there the shit is. So if you don't want them clustering on your forehead, clean it. God, these grazing animals were stupid, which was not uh, altogether a bad thing. And next.
You can read the whole page.
Okay, after circling a few rhymes, the crow landed in the pasture and pretended to pick at something in the grass. The old Eve looked her over for a moment, then returned her attention to the newborn, who was receiving the first and probably the only bath of his life. "Cute kid," the crow called out. "It is a boy or a girl?" The Eve sighed in the way of all parents who expect their baby's sex to be obvious. His boy, my second. Normally she was more sociable, but something about birds put her off. Their uselessness, she supposed.
All right, let's stop right here. I want to give a little note. When they mention the word ewe, they're talking about the sheep. A ewe is kind of another word for sheep or another animal similar. Who can tell me what is happening up to this point? A small summary. Anyone? Anyone? Because the idea isn't to understand everything. I know this is difficult, but to understand the main idea.
Crow was flying, and she met with sheep, and they discussed about flies, about sex of them, but it is difficult to describe very difficult vocabulary.
I know. But I want to get the basic what's happening. The crow, like you said, sees the sheep. What does the crow think of sheep in general?
Maybe she thought that it is a useless animal.
Yeah, so the sheep doesn't, the crow thinks sheep are stupid, and the sheep doesn't like the crow. That's all we need to know. So don't get too wrapped up. I just want to get the main idea. Okay? All right, Cesar, can you read from the bottom where it says well, and then you'll read the next page?
Well, he's an absolute lamb. If you don't mind my saying so, the crow said, and she hopped a bit closer. Tell me, was it a natural childbirth? The
You.
the
You pronounce it
ewe
you.
the ewe had wanted to remain aloof, but what with the subject matter, that is to say, herself. She found it impossible to hold out for more than a few seconds. Oh yes, she said, 100% natural, but then again, that's just my way. It makes it more real, if you know what I mean. The crowd nodded, and the placenta. Oh, the ewe said, I ate it. Tasted like the devil, but I think it's important for, the bonding process. Definitely, the crowd agreed, as she lowered her head to scull into the grass. Nothing irritated her more than these high-and-mighty vegetarians who ate meat sometimes and then decided that it didn't really count. So I suppose you choke down to the umbilical cord as well.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remind me, the ewe said, and she made a little gauging gesture. Some of them are barging it now, holding a little ceremony, but then I heard the dogs dig it up, which sort of takes the godliness out of it. Don't you think
All right, so I'll give you, I know this was hard. So they talk about the placenta. She says she ate it. Then the crow asks about the umbilical cord. So that's the long string that connects the mom where the baby gets the food. And a lot of times, mothers in the United States will bury the umbilical cord because it's like, and they'll have a ceremony, and it will be like for the new birth of their baby, that everything will be very godly and natural. It's very hippie. It's a very hippie thing. But what does the sheep mention? She mentions what happens when you make these ceremonies and you bury the umbilical cord in the ground. What do the dogs do?
Yeah, the dogs is like I dig it up or I
Exactly.
take it. Yeah, they need it to eat it or
Exactly. So that's why she ate the umbilical cord instead of burying it. These are conversations that real adults have in the United States about their birth. Just so you know, this isn't like a joke, kind of a joke, but it really happens. All right, let's keep reading. So let's go with you, Ali. Will you read this? The first word here is supposed to be I.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a fanatic or anything. Sorry. You won't catch me posing in any nativity sense, but I do consider myself to be a very spiritual being. That I think is much better than being a quote or unquote religious. The crow said the crow says and she took another step closer. Rather than joining the blind follower, the sheep, if you forgive the expression, you have figured out what's right for you and gotten rid of the rest. Take sheeping, for instance, some fish say you cannot do. Now that's fine. For horse or chicken or what not. But where would it leave you? I shudder to think. The air, chocolate, especially in the summer heat. Exactly, the crow said. Why buy the whole package when it's just going to drag you down? I heard another religion that say you cannot touch a pig. Well, I am in. The A said, and she laughed again, revealing her teeth, even teeth. I would be too, to tell you the truth. The crew, confident. But what if you were a pig yourself and your child needed feeding? What are you going to do? Send it send it to a cow? Let it starve to death?
Okay, so let's stop right here. What is the subject they're talking about here? Just the subject.
Yeah, I think that yeah, the crew is going to tell the chief to I don't know, but how to make it a deal or how to they negotiate about the placenta.
Yeah, it could be something like that. You're getting close. But they're talking about religion, right? And how in religions there are always limitations. And some of these limitations are really difficult for some people, and really easy for other people. Okay? So we are eventually going to get to the term of being spiritual, not religious, meaning you believe in God, you believe there's something, but you do not follow a specific religion. Okay? All right, Anatoly, you're up.
Mhm. Should I need right page?
Yes, please.
I see you point the F set. So we pick and we choose, the crow continued. A little of this and a little of that. I, for example, have recently thrown some Oriental meditation into the mix. Every morning I shut my eyes for 10 minutes or so and just sort of block it and all out. The noise, the hubbub, everything gone. The Eve uh, turned her head toward the far end of the field, squinting at the brook and the row of poplars that shifted lazily behind it. "I'm afraid we don't have much hubbub around here," she said. "It's a pretty quiet place compared to most. You're just gotten used to it is all," the crow told her. "The other sheep, the crickets, and so forth, and if your baby is anything like mine, I bet he can really raise the roof when he wants a second helping. Oh yes, it might not seem like much, but taken as whole, this farm racket can really jungle the nerves. And that's what meditation is all about. It's a way of saying, back off, world. It's time for me to be good for me. I like the sound of that. It is next uh, part. Mhm.
All right, so it says, I like the sound of that, the ewe said, and she looked at her baby, who was sitting upright with her legs folded beneath him. I promise these last two pages, and then we're finishing the story, okay? All right, so you go. Cesar, can you finish this with his eyes?
I like. Okay. His legs folded beneath him, his eye glued to her teeth. Or tears now. Okay. Tell me, though it's hard days. What did you call it? Meditation, the crowd said. And to answer your question, it couldn't be easier. The first step is to close your eyes, good and hard. Mind you, speaking lets input energy that can seriously mess with your digestion. The ewe did as well as she was told. Now, there is no set rule, but what the Orientals like to do is repeat what they call a mantra. The crowd explained, the same line over and over until it really sinks into your spirit. It sounds boring, I know, but it's actually very effective. What kind of a line? The ewe asked. Like poetry or something? Well, I suppose it could be. The crowd said my own mantra is more of an affirmation. I guess you could call it. It's sort of personal, but you're more than welcome to use it if you like. At least until you come up with something of your own. It's not dirty, is it? I have the child to think about.
All right, go ahead, Ali.
Yeah, of course it's not dirty. The crew said, I can't believe you wouldn't even ask such a question. I didn't mean to insult you. The A said, it's just start when you restore, and that means that all crew are listening. Does it? We have all got sex on the brain. What I mean is that I would love to borrow your mantra. The air said, that is if I still can. The crew looked from the lamp to its mother, marveling that something so cute could grow to be shapeless and ugly. It was just the opposite with bears. She thought nothing was more repellent than a sheep. But then again, we need looks when you are too young and stupid to use them. Keeping one's eyes shut would be a valuable skill for someone like the A, especially when it comes time to mate. She pictured a ram heaving its buttered, spindly legs upon her back, and then she shook her head towards the image away. I guess I will let you use your mantra, but just until you come up with your own, she said, and she leaned forward to to whisper it into the ear. Now I want you to put your head down and repeat that line 20 times.
All right, then it says no. Go ahead, Anatoly.
Or is it? The Eve did as she was instructed, and as she mumbled into the damp grass, the crow moved beside her and plucked out the eyes of the newborn lamb. One she ate right away, for it was delicious, and the other she set into her bag and carried back to her ungrateful children.
Go ahead, Cesar. Read the rest.
Yeah, sorry, Cesar has left.
Oh, Cesar left. Okay, go ahead, Ali.
Yeah, as for the air, she was still deep in meditation, her eyes clamped shut, repeating the code of seals and Charlton and those who are God to themselves are folded over. I have to do what I have to do, she said, and I have to do what I have to do.
So, Ali, were you correct? What happened in the end?
Yeah, she killed the lamb. I
Right.
think so.
She stole the lamb's eyes and killed the lamb.
They stole the lamb eyes, but I think,
And she.
because the sheep are, it's talking to the crew.
Yes. Good, and she was tricked, right? The mother sheep was tricked. All right, I want to ask you, will both of you send me your email addresses right now? I don't think I can copy it. Hold on. Because I would like to send you, both send you these this book, because I know we went over, but I wanted to finish it. So let's see. In the chat, will both of you put, here we go. Okay, I'm sending this to you, Anatoly. And Ali, if you will put your email in there, good.
Yeah, I just put.
Great. All right, I'm sorry that this was such a challenging class. It is challenging, and I did tell you it was challenging. So what I would like you to do is look at this again, read the story again, and then hopefully one class, if I see you both again, we can talk about it, or you could send me any questions you have, because I really do think reading challenging things like this, although it's challenging, is a lot of fun and really helps with your natural English.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. And I will talk to you later.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.